Welcome back to Visa Verge News, where we bring you the latest updates and discussions on all things immigration. I'm your host, Victoria, and today we'll be discussing Tom Homan's recent criticism of the pace of immigration arrests under President Trump's administration. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Alexander. Hi, Alexander.
Hi, Victoria. Glad to be here. Today's topic is packed with a lot of developments, especially given Tom Homan's direct role as the border czar for President Trump's administration. There's a lot to unpack in terms of policies, challenges, and the reactions they've sparked.
Absolutely. Let's dive in. Tom Homan recently voiced his dissatisfaction, criticizing the slower-than-expected pace of immigration arrests. He's highlighted a number of obstacles, including sanctuary city policies, resource shortages, and even operational leaks. What's your take on this, Alexander?
Well, it's clear that Homan is advocating for a more accelerated enforcement approach. He pointed out that sanctuary cities continue to present roadblocks for federal immigration enforcement efforts. During remarks at the White House, he also mentioned the need to increase arrests significantly, noting that there are hundreds of thousands of criminal aliens still at large. It's an ambitious goal, but it's not without its complications.
Right. One of the challenges Homan mentioned revolves around information leaks. A recent example came from Colorado, where an operation targeting members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua was compromised. Instead of arresting the planned 100 individuals, they only managed to apprehend 30. Leaks like these not only hinder operations but also raise questions about internal security.
Exactly, and Homan hasn't hesitated to point fingers. He's alleged that the FBI might be involved in unauthorized leaks, which is concerning if investigators uncover internal sabotage. Efforts to trace the source of these leaks are ongoing, but it's another layer of complexity for the administration's immigration strategies.
And of course, there's the issue of resources. Homan acknowledged that funding limitations are a significant hurdle. He explained that more arrests and deportations could happen with additional support from Congress, but currently ICE is constrained by budgetary limits. It's a classic case of ambitious objectives meeting practical limitations.
Exactly. Given the reports, ICE has been handling about 900 arrests daily, which the administration claims is triple the number compared to the final year of President Biden's term. However, without detailed arrest statistics being made public, there's a transparency issue here. Critics are questioning the accuracy of these numbers and the true effectiveness of the new policies.
Transparency seems to be a recurring concern. On the one hand, the administration boasts significant increases in enforcement numbers. On the other, the decision to stop publishing arrest and deportation statistics raises skepticism. Without concrete data, it's difficult to genuinely assess the full impact of these policies.
That's a valid point. The administration has also turned to some dramatic measures to push enforcement forward. For example, deploying military aircraft to assist with deportations is a historic precedent. It certainly sends a message about the seriousness of these enforcement efforts, but it has also raised eyebrows among various advocacy groups.
Not to mention the interagency collaboration efforts. Homeland Security has even enlisted IRS agents, particularly those specializing in tax crimes, to combat human trafficking networks and investigate businesses employing undocumented workers. It's a broad and, some might argue, aggressive approach.
Aggressive is the right word, especially when you consider the expansion of enforcement to sensitive locations, including schools and churches. This push has faced backlash from immigrant advocacy groups and religious organizations, like the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops Committee on Migration, which criticized the fear created in vulnerable communities.
Yes, a delicate balance needs to be struck between enforcement and maintaining trust within communities. On top of that, legal challenges have further complicated matters. Court rulings have temporarily blocked changes to policies like birthright citizenship, adding delays to the administration's goals. It's clear that navigating these legal hurdles will be critical moving forward.
And public opinion shouldn't be underestimated either. Reactions from sanctuary cities and rights groups continue to spotlight potential overreach in immigration policies. Whether it's the increasing role of federal agencies or targeting sensitive locations, there's a lot of public scrutiny to address.
So true. To summarize, the Trump administration has undeniably ramped up immigration enforcement with Tom Homan as a leading voice. However, challenges such as sanctuary cities, operational leaks, resource limitations, and legal battles create significant barriers. The debate over balancing enforcement with community trust adds yet another dimension for both policymakers and citizens.
Indeed, This is an evolving issue that continues to shape national conversations on immigration. Thanks for tuning in to Visa Verge News today to hear our breakdown.
For more immigration updates, visit us at visaverge.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.